Madden 24 just dropped, and having a powerful offense that will allow you to attack every level of the defense, whether it's deep down the field with bombs, or quick rhythm passes to beat the blitz, or a dynamic, multifaceted run game, is going to make your early days playing the game so much easier. And the absolute cheat code to getting this done is employing stack formations. Now, we're going to be using these two stack formations that can only be found in the New Orleans Saints playbooks in Madden 24. Now, stack looks are so tough to stop, and they allow you to play Madden on easy mode, and these are the three main reasons why. Stacks will give you easy free releases off the line of scrimmage for really simple completions, and stacks are almost impossible for man coverage to lock up, making it so much easier to attack the defense that is always an early meta. Then stack looks can also confuse coverage and allow you to sneak your receivers open deep down the field for huge pickups that just isn't possible, and these stacks have some of the most unique and dynamic routes that you will find anywhere, and stuff that you just won't have access to when you're using other types of formations in Madden. The first play we are looking at is Z spot in stack Y flex, and this is going to be as good as any man beating play you will use all year in Madden 24. This play is going to have 4 great man beating options that attacks each level of the field, but it has one unique route that will be a walk-in touchdown versus man and makes this play unbelievably powerful. To set this up, have the stack to the short side, then put the back of stack wide out on a slant, block your running back, then take your wide receiver on the wide side, motion him in, and put him on a whip route. So the key here is going to be the deep corner route, and it has this forced outside release. Now this is going to be a one-play touchdown against off-man coverage, and you will see after the snap, your player will get a speed boost out of his cut and leave the DB in the dust, and you can score huge deep touchdowns. Now this is all about timing, and as soon as your receiver gets out of his cut, you want to just bullet pass this in for huge gains down the field, and this is going to work amazingly well against zero blitzes or single high safety defense where there's no safety over the top of this route. Then if this isn't there, we can also work the wide side of the field, and we have our tight end in the slot on a corner route, and as he breaks, if he separates them, fire it in along the sideline for a big pickup. Then we have 2 underneath options on this play, with first the slant over the middle and then the whip breaking out, and you can just fire it into whichever one is more open underneath and let them make a play with the ball in their hands. Now early in the game, if you play MUT, you're pretty limited in personnel and abilities you will have access to. So when I'm setting up my personnel for this offense, I want to make sure I have a QB who has some decent speed and can be used as a runner in the design QB run game. Then this is a pretty pass heavy offense, so he needs to have a good enough arm to get the ball down the field on some of his deep shots. And right now in MUT, I'm using the 83 overall Josh Allen card. Then at my receiver and tight end spots, I'm really prioritizing route running so they can get open versus man coverage, especially at this point in Madden before we have any route running abilities. Making sure you give yourself the best chance against man coverage is going to be super important. Then also make sure at least 1 or 2 of your receivers have good speed to get down the field and can make plays on some of our one-play touchdowns and shot plays. Then if you want to use this scheme in regs, I was using the Bills, and they are the perfect fit. You have Josh Allen, who is a beast in the designed run game, and he does have pass lead elite on him, so he can get extra zip on those passes and fit them into tight windows. And then the Bills also have a really good group of receivers who can separate from man, but also can get down the field and make big plays. Then a few other teams I think could work really well for this scheme are the Bears with Justin Fields and the Eagles with Jalen Hurts. Next for our run, we're going to be using Saints Power RPO in empty triple stack. And whenever you're using this triple stack formation, make sure you go to your packages and put it on the base one, so you have your quarterback in and not your tight end 3 in at QB. Then this play is going to combine the utilization of empty to spread out the defense, and this is going to allow us to have some huge running lanes to pick up some massive gains with our QB on the ground. And then we also have the screen element on the outside, so if the defense doesn't align right, then we can just flip it out to our screen pass and let them pick up some easy yards. I like to run this with the stack to the short side of the field, and I want to look at the defense, and if they are spreading out to try to match up the numbers to the outside, then we want to snap the ball, and our QB is going to do a little bit of a delay, then he's going to pull it down and run, and we're going to have a guard pulling across the formation, and we want to wait till he engages, then cut off of him and get into the open field with our QB. And this is an excellent explosive run to get your athletic QB in space where he can make some big plays with his legs. Then at pre-snap, you see the defense is lining up more in the box and you have the numbers advantage on the outside with your triple stack. Then after the snap, you can just flip it out to the running back, get in behind your two blockers, and get an open field where you can pick up some big yards. Next, we have the play fade out and stack Y flex, and this is my favorite zone beater in this scheme. This play is incredible to attack both cover 3 and cover 2, and against cover 2, we're going to get big hole shots down the field. Then against cover 3, we're going to get our tight end deep on a post for some really big pickups. Now, whenever we're running this play, we want our stack to the short side of the field. Then we want to look to the safeties pre-snap, and if it is single high or you know they are sitting in cover 3, then you want to take your wide out on the wide side, motion him in, and put him on a streak, and that is the whole setup versus cover 3. Now, the first place we want to look here is the tight end on the post, and you will see the deep middle safety is going to turn his hips and get pushed back by the streak, and the linebacker should get pulled down by the running back and the wide receiver out route. Then the tight end will get wide open over the middle for huge pickups. Then if the tight end isn't open, look to the wide receiver on the out route, and the wheel should pull out the flat defender, and as this player breaks out, there should be a nice soft spot in the zone coverage where you can fire it in for a nice pickup. Then the check down on this play, if your two deeper reads are taken away, is the running back on the hook over the middle, and you can just drop it down to him for the easy yards. Then if you get to the line and you see two high safeties pre-snap, then we have a different setup. Now we want to take the front of stack receiver and put him on a streak, then take the outside wide receiver on the wide side and put him on a drag across the field. So first here, if it's cover 2, the wheel route on the short side is going to get outside and behind the corner and get a free release up the field, and the streak is going to hold that deep safety inside, and now the wheel will get wide open for a hole shot. You can drop it into him for a huge pickup along the sideline. Then if that isn't there, we want to look to the tight end on a post, and if he is open over the middle, then you want to go to him for a nice pickup. Then now versus too high, the check down option will be our wide receiver on the drag, and if nothing is open deep, then you can just drop it down to him and let him make a play in the open field. Then if you want to take this offense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now is part 2 of this video where I'll give you 6 more plays for this Saints stack offense, allowing you to run one of the best offenses possible at the start of Madden 24, and this will be found in the Madden mini schemes area of the site. Then over the summer, I did a redesign on my website to make it much easier to find everything you need. There's also a new section called Madden Skill Builder with a bunch of videos designed to help you improve in the fundamentals of Madden, and checking out all the vids in this area will be the perfect way to prep for Madden 24 and make sure you are killing it early in the year. Then also on the site, there's a new area where you can find all my schemes from Madden 23, and this is where all my 24 schemes will be once they are released at the start of the year. So if you want to check out Scheme Kings, I'm running my Madden 24 launch sale, and this starts today and it runs till August 26th. Use code M24 at checkout for 50% off your first month, and Scheme Kings will be linked down in the description below. Next up, we have the play Saints vertical in empty triple stack. This is a great zone beating play that gives you multiple options to push the ball down the field and can make you super explosive in this empty formation. To set this up, have the triple stack to the short side, then take the back of stack running back and put him on a slant, and that is the whole setup. Now the go-to route here is going to be this wheel route, and this is going to get open versus cover 2 and 3 up the sideline. First against cover 2, the wheel route on the short side is going to get a free release up the field, and the streak is going to hold that deep safety inside, and now the wheel will get wide open for a hole shot, and you can push this ball deep down the field for a really big gain. Then against cover 3, it's going to be very similar with the wheel getting up along the sideline, but then because it's a deep third defender on this play, he's going to get pulled back inside, but the hole is actually going to be a lot tighter. So you want to pass lead this ball back and towards the sideline, and you can still drop it in for a really big pickup. Then against cover 3, another great option on this play is going to be the seam route on the other side of the field, and if the user and the linebacker stay shallow and don't ride the seam, then you can make them pay up the seam for a really nice gain. Then for a check down on this play, we have the running back on the slant, and if the wheel and the seam are taken away, then you can just fire it into this slant whenever you see him open up over the middle. But then if they switch it up and run man coverage against these looks, then we have the wide side receiver on an out route and the slant over the middle, and both are great options, and you can just go to whichever one is more open for a nice gain. Then our next play is another setup for fade out and stack Y flex. This is going to be a cover 3 one play touchdown setup that will do a great job of getting this deep post wide open down the field for a huge one play bomb against the most common defense you will face in Madden. To set this up, have the stack to the wide side, then take the wide receiver on the wide side, motion him in, then take the slot on that side and put him on a streak, then take the back of stack receiver and put him on a comeback, and lastly take the front of stack player and put him on a slant. Now on this play, you will see the streak is going to pull back and hold the deep safety into the middle of the field, then the comeback is going to hold down the corner on the short side, and then this post is going to get wide open streaking down the field, and once he clears the middle safety, then you can just let it fly deep down the field for huge gains, and this can even be walk-in one-play touchdowns versus cover 3. Then this Saints stack mini scheme is going to be great to start the year, but if you want a full scheme I released in Madden 23 that I think is going to be amazing to use right now at the start of Madden 24, and it is already going to have 50 plus plays that you can use at your disposal, you need to check out my Brady Pat's career offense, and I did a full breakdown on why you should use it at the start of Madden 24 right here.